Hi my friends, and welcome back to our structured text programming language tutorial, and I hope that you are doing well, and we continue our lessons about the convert ladder logic to our STL. So let's continue, and in this lesson we will do another example. So let's write it together. And imagine that we have the network like this, and here we have another open contact, and here we have OR contact, and we have two output. So my friends, you must know that each of our input and output is the different variable, and you can use it. So let's switch to our codices, and let's delete this one and also this one. So let's declare our variable. Firstly, we have S1 is our bool data type. We have S2 and my friend, I think let's make a small announcement between us that the normal closed contact is the B1 and normal open contact is S1, and the output are the K. So let's continue. And here, my friends, we have this one is normal closed contact, and let's use it here. So as we said before, B1 is our normal closed, and we have the K1 and K2 contact. K2, boom. So let's write our logic here. So my friends, what we have here, let's do it like this. So if the S1 and S2 or here we use the OR, and this one B1 is closed, so we use the not B1 is true, then K1, and then here, my friends, I also want to make some change. So let's do it like this. B1. Let's also use it like the normal closed. We can do it. So let's start again. So my friends, if the S1 and S2 or B1, this one, not, we used not before it, then K1 is true and K2 is false, else K1 is false and K2 is true. Sorry, K2 is true by default. So let's write it together, and let's start. If, as I said before, if we open and say S1 and we open again and say S2 or not B1 is this contact, my friends, not B1, then K1 is equal to true and K2 is equal to false, and else K1 is equal to false. It's a default state, else it's a default state of our method and is true, and if. So my friends, let's together again, and here what we have here, if S1, if it's true, S1 true, and S2 or not B1, it's mean one of them must be true, and this value return true, and S1 is true, and true return true, then K1 is true and K2 is false. So let's build our project. Okay, we have no error, login and run. So what we have here, K2 is true, is default value, so we must firstly let's start with the S1, and also we must check B1. Okay, let's change it from here, online, and write value. So what happened? B1 is true, it's returned false, and K1 is false, it's true. Okay, let's change S2 also, and watch what happened now, right now. Okay, and let's return to B1 to false, and what happened now? It's still the true. Yes, our logic is working. Let's switch on the S2 to false, and that value now is K1 is true, K2 is false. Why? Because why it's happened? And okay, it's false, and this one also, this one returned true now, so we must switch off the B1, switch on the B1, right? And now our logic is changed. And I think, my friends, let's do another simple example. New, don't save. Let's open this one, and let's use the grid or equals operator here. So we have some FBD or ladder logic here, grade of equals, and we have the enable input here, and we have two value for compile our inputs. So let's, okay, this one is our S1, and this one some float value. Let's use the 40.5, and also we have the output. Okay, let's start and implement this function. So let's log out here and delete all this value, and S1 is real, and we have K1 as a bool, and we compiled it with the 40.5. Okay, let's write the simple logic here, and my suggestion is the K1 is equal to S1 is great or equals to 40.5. Now let's test our logic. Project built, so we have no errors, and login and start run. So S1 is 0 now. Let's change the value for 15.0. now is great, but I don't see okay, it's still false. Why it's false? Okay, let's change it in another value. This one is okay, let's do it like this. Now is equal, but okay, we are not right value. Sorry, let's do it again. 50.0 and press online and right value. Now it must be true. Yes, it's true now, so let's decrease the value and press OK. Now the right value, so now is false. So my friends, our logic is worked correctly, and that's all for today, and in the next lesson we will continue our practice to convert ladder diagram to STL language. And I wish you good health and good luck. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you enjoy the video. See you in the next lesson.